and welcome to this tutorial to accompany week 2 of my Down by the Sea blanket. I'm Eleonora from Coastal Crochet, and all the details about this blanket can be found over on my website www.coastalcrochet.com. So this tutorial is to accompany the wave rounds. It's these rounds here, and that's rounds 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31 and 32. Each wave that you see here is made up of 2 rounds. This is my original colourway, and I can show you the alternative colourway that I've got here, and this is what we're doing the tutorial on today. So I hope you find the video helpful. Remember, I say it every time, but please do have a copy of the written pattern to hand. These tutorials aren't to replace the pattern, and you will certainly need a copy as we work through these rounds. So yeah, I hope you find the tutorial helpful, and let's get started. So make sure that the right side of the work is facing you, and make sure you're using the smaller hook size. Remember, we used a bigger hook size for the striped rounds, and now we go back to our original hook size. And join yarn E into any corner chain space, like so. And then, if you look at the pattern, we make 4 chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, and this counts as the first double treble. That's a US treble stitch of this round. And looking at the pattern, there's some working brackets there, and we do all of that into the same corner chain space. So it's 1 double treble, US treble, followed by 2 chain, 1, 2, and then a further 2 double treble US trebles into that same corner chain space. That's 1, and this is 2. And by doing that, we have created our first corner. There we go. And so now we are going to start the waves. And so if you look at the pattern, it's 1 double treble into the next stitch, double treble, wrap your yarn around the hook twice, insert your hook into the first stitch. Remember, this round here was made with the right side facing. We've still got the right side facing, so the top of the stitches sit just to the right of those posts. So just pull the corner back so you can see, because sometimes the top of that first stitch is not as clear. Insert your hook into that first stitch and work your double treble US treble stitch. And the waves are created by simply doing taller stitches and then shorter and then taller again. So that's all we're going to be doing. So looking at the pattern now, it's 1 treble US double crochet into each of the next 2 stitches. These are slightly shorter than the double treble stitches. Then it's 1 half treble US half double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. So wrap your yarn around the hook, insert your hook into the stitch, yarn over, pull through. You got your 3 loops, yarn over, pull through all 3. So that's 1 half treble US half double crochet, and this is 2. And then it's 1 double crochet US single crochet in each of the next 3 stitches. So that's 1, 2 and 3. And so now if you look at the work, you can see we've started off here taller, and we're going down just like a gentle wave. And so now we're going to start building up again. And if you look at the work, it's continue with, and there's lots of stitches in brackets there 4 times. So everything in those brackets, do them all the way through, and then repeat it 4 times in total. So we begin with 2 half treble. So that's 1, and that's 2, 2 treble, US double crochet, that's 1, and that's 2, and then 3 double treble, US treble, so 3 of those, 1, 2 and 3. Then it's back to 2 treble, US double crochet, 1, and that's 2, 2 half treble, US half double crochet, 1 and 2, and then 3 double crochet, US single crochet, 1, 2 and 3. And so now we're at the end of those brackets. Everything in the brackets we've done all the way through, and you can see we've created our next wave. So the lovely wave effect. And so everything in those brackets we're doing 4 times in total. So go back to the beginning of the brackets and you've got your 2 half treble, and then continue doing this to the end of the side until you've done it 4 times in total. So I'm nearly at the end of the side. I've repeated everything in the brackets 4 times. So I'm creating these lovely waves. And so now looking at the pattern, there are still a few stitches just to do. And so we do 2 half treble. So it's 1 half treble in each of the next 2 stitches. Then it's 1 treble, US double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. And then there should be 1 stitch left, which there is, this one here. And we work a double treble, US treble into that final stitch of the side, which brings us back to the corner chain space. And so into this corner chain space, we work 2 double treble, that's US treble, followed by 2 chain. So there's my first 2, then 2 chain, and then a further 2 double treble US treble stitches. That's 1, and that's 2. So created our next corner, and our first side of these wave stitches is complete. And so looking at the pattern, it says repeat from star 3 times, ending final repeat at star star. And star, if you look at the pattern, is where we did our first double treble stitch of the side. So repeat everything you've done on this side all the way along to the next corner chain space, and do that on each of the next 3 sides. On the third repeat, because obviously we've already done that first corner, we'll end in this final stitch with the double treble. So just repeat exactly what we've done on the next 3 sides. So I've gone all the way round. I've just done my last repeat of the work in brackets on this final side. So I've just got a couple more half treble, US half double crochet stitches to do, followed by 2 treble, US double crochet, and then there'll be 1 more double treble, our US treble to do in that final stitch. There we go. And so now we slip stitch to the top of that beginning 4 chain, that first 4 chain, 1, 2, 3, 4, that counted as our first stitch. Insert your hook into the top of that 4 chain and work a slip stitch to join the round. And there we go, that's the end of round 25, the first of our wave rounds. And so now we don't fasten off, but we turn the work, because our next round will be made with the wrong side facing us. And so we've got the wrong side now facing us. We make 1 chain. That doesn't count as a stitch. And so what we're going to do is do 1 double crochet in the first stitch. That's the same stitch that our 1 chain is coming out of. Work a 1 double crochet, US single crochet into that stitch, and then we simply do 1 double crochet, US single crochet in each stitch until you get to the end of the side. I'm coming to the end of the side, working my double crochet, US single crochet stitches. There we go. And so now I'm at the first corner chain space. And so what we do is we simply work 3 double crochet, US single crochets into that one corner chain space. 3, there we go. So I've worked 3 double crochet, single crochet into that corner chain space. And so now it is repeat from star 3 times. And if you go back to the star in the pattern, we're simply back at the on the side doing 1 double crochet, US single crochet in each stitch to the end of the side. When you get to the next corner, work 3 double crochet, US single crochet into that corner chain space, and then on the next side we're just working our single double crochet, US single crochet stitches, 1 in each stitch along. I've gone all the way around and I'm just approaching the final corner chain space. So into there we work our 3 double crochet, US single crochet, that's 3, and there will be 1 final stitch to crochet into, which was the stitch just before where we started this round. So it's 1 double crochet, US single crochet into the final stitch, and then we slip stitch to that beginning double crochet, US single crochet to join. And now we simply fasten off. And there we go. So now we turn the work so that the right side is facing us again. And you can see now we've done those first 2 rounds of the wave stitches. And so keeping now the right side facing, I go to a different corner to join the yarn. It's always good to vary that up. And if you look at the pattern, we're moving on to round 27 and it tells us to join with yarn F, so that's a new colour for this blanket, into the central double crochet stitch on any corner. So really have a look at those 3 stitches that we worked into the corner, and if you remember, we did these double crochet, US single crochet stitches with the wrong side facing. We've turned so the right side is now facing, so the tops of the stitches will sit just to the left of the post. So if you just pull your work apart a little bit, you can see that stitch there is coming out of a stitch there, so that's not gone into the corner chain space. It's these 3, 1, 2, 3 that are in the corner chain space, and so the central one, if you're looking at those like that, 1, 2, 3 is this one here. So insert your hook into that central double crochet, US single crochet stitch, and pull through with yarn E. And now looking at the pattern, we make 3 chain, 1, 2, 3, and that's going to count as our first double crochet, US single crochet of this round, plus 2 chain. So that very first chain down here, that is where we will be joining into at the end of the round. So you can put a stitch marker in there if you want at this point, otherwise it's good to see it now, make a note of it, because that is where we'll be ending our round into at the end. For now though, we do 1 double crochet, US single crochet into the same stitch, and there we've created our first corner of this round. And so now looking at the pattern, it's 1 double crochet, US single crochet in each of the next 4 stitches. So 1, 2, 3 and 4, like so. And now 1 half treble, US half double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. 1 and 2, and then 1 treble, US double crochet in each of the next 2. 1 and 2, and then it's 1 double treble, US treble in each of the next 3. So that's 1, 2, and that's 3. And so now looking back at what we've done, you can see here, so we're doing the shorter stitches on top of where there were taller stitches in round 25, and here we're doing taller stitches on where there were shorter stitches also in round 25, and that's how we get that sort of wave effect. So now looking at the pattern, we're at the point where there's the working brackets, and we repeat all those stitches in there 4 times around. So 2 treble US double crochet, then 2 half treble US half double crochet, 3 double crochet US single crochet, and so on, just varying the height of the stitches, and carry on to the end of the side. So I've repeated everything in those brackets 4 times. So looking back now, you can see the rise and the fall of the varying heights of stitches. And so after the brackets, after we've repeated all those stitches 4 times round, we now have 1 treble US double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches, 1, 2, then 1 half treble US half double crochet in each of the next 2, and then it's 1 double crochet US single crochet in each of the next 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And that should bring us to the central double crochet US single crochet stitch of the next corner. Gone all the way along the side, and so into the corner, that central corner stitch, we work 1 double crochet US single crochet, 2 chain, and another double crochet US single crochet, and there we've created our next corner chain space in there. Sometimes it's helpful to put a little stitch marker in these corner chain spaces, because here the corner chain space is quite clear, it's quite big. When you've got the corner chain space between 2 shorter double crochet stitches, it's less clear to see, so you might want to put a stitch marker in there now. That's up to you. And so now looking at the pattern, it's repeat from start 3 times. So that's back at the beginning of the side, so do exactly what we did along here on each of the next 3 sides, beginning with 1 double crochet US single crochet in each of the next 4 stitches, and then so on. Repeat what we've already done. Just coming up to the end of the final side of the round, got these last 4 double crochet US single crochet stitches to do. There we go. And so when you look at the pattern, it says repeat from start 3 times, ending final repeat at star star. This is where star star is on the 3rd repeat, just before that first corner chain space that we worked. And remember, it was that first chain, that beginning 1 chain of those first 3 chain, which is where we're inserting our hook. So again, don't be afraid just to pull your work apart slightly, and there you can see is the beginning chain. So just insert your hook under the 2 strands of that chain like so, and that's where we'll be working our slip stitch to join this round. And there we go, that's the end of round 27. So now we turn the work, we don't fasten off, but we turn the work because the next round is going to be made with the wrong side facing us, like so. And so moving on to round 28 is exactly the same as round 26, where we begin with 1 chain, doesn't count as a stitch, so we're just going to work a double crochet US single crochet into that very first stitch at the base of that 1 chain. There we go, and now it's 1 double crochet US single crochet in each stitch all the way around. When you get to those corner chain spaces, it's 3 double crochet US single crochet into that corner chain space, just like we did in round 26. I'm coming up to the end of the round. I've gone all the way around with my double crochet US single crochet stitches. There's 1 more corner chain space here to work into, and in that final corner chain space, just like in the others, work 1, 2 and 3 double crochet US single crochet stitches. And now we simply slip stitch to the first double crochet US single crochet stitch that we made to fasten off the round, and then fasten off, and we'll move on to round 29. So turn the work so the right side is now facing as we move on to round 29. And rounds 29, 30, 31 and 32 are made in pretty much the same way as the first 4 rounds that we've done in these wave stitches. Each wave that you see is made up of 2 rounds with the right side facing when we're doing the stitches with the differing heights, and then the wrong side facing for our double crochet US single crochet rounds. It's just the starts and the ends of each round which will be slightly different because we're increasing each time. There'll be different starting stitches, but once we get beyond those sort of starting stitches, we're then into those repeats in brackets where we have the rise and then the fall of the stitches to create these lovely waves. So for round 29, just like before in round 27, we need to locate that central double crochet, US single crochet stitch in the corner. Again, don't be afraid just to pull your work apart, and then you can see it's these 3 stitches here. You can see the little holes. They're your central 3, and then join yarn E, the same colour that we did our first waves with, into that central double crochet US single crochet stitch, like so. But this time we're starting with 4 chain, 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's because we are starting with half treble US half double crochet stitch height. So these first 2 chain count as the first half treble US half double crochet, and then we have our 2 chain for the corner. So this second stitch here, this will be where we join the round at the end of round 29. But looking at the pattern, we now do 1 half treble US half double crochet into the same stitch, and there we've created our first corner, like so. And so looking in the pattern now, it's 1 half treble US half double crochet into the next stitch, then it's 1 treble US double crochet into each of the next 2 stitches, and it's a good idea to sort of crochet around that loose strand again at this point, just to help trail in those ends. That's 1 and that's 2. And so now it's 1 double treble US treble in each of the next 3 stitches, 1, 2, and here's 3, 1 treble US double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches, 1 and 2, 1 half treble US half double crochet in each of the next 2, and then 1 double crochet US single crochet in each of the next 3, 1, 2 and 3. So there's the start of round 29. We've got the rise and fall of those stitches, and now we're at the brackets. So everything, all those stitches you see in the brackets, we repeat them 4 times round in total, going across the side. So I've repeated everything in the brackets 4 times. You can see the waves that we've created there. And so looking at the pattern, after the brackets we still have 1 half treble US half double crochet to do in each of the next 2 stitches, 1, 2, then it's 1 treble US double crochet in the next 2, 1 and 2, then it's 1 double treble US treble in each of the next 3, 1, 2 and 3, 1 treble, US double crochet in each of the next 2, 1, 2, and then it's 1 half treble in the final stitch of the side. There we go, because now we should be at that next central stitch of the next corner, which you can see we are here, and into there we work 1 half treble, US half double crochet, 2 chain, and a further half treble, US half double crochet into the same stitch, and we've created our next corner. And so repeat that on each side, each of the next 3 sides. It says repeat from star. If you go to where the star is in the pattern, we're now at the start of the next side, beginning with the 1 half treble, US half double crochet, and then all the same stitches that we did on this side, we repeat on each of the next 3 sides. And I'm just coming to the end of the round. Half treble, US half double crochet in that final stitch. And so remember the beginning 4 chain that we made, it was the second chain, 1, 2, that we will be crocheting into, the second chain of that beginning 4 chain. Insert your hook under the 2 strands, like so, and work a slip stitch to join this round. That's the end of round 29. So turn the work, ready to move on to round 30, and this round is worked in exactly the same way as rounds 26 and 28. It's just double crochet, US single crochet stitches going all the way around. Make 1 chain to begin the round. That doesn't count as a stitch, so into that very first stitch at the base of that 1 chain, work your first double crochet, US single crochet, and then it's 1 double crochet, US single crochet in each stitch around. I will show you when we get to the corner chain spaces though. We're still working the 3 double crochet, US single crochet into those corner chain spaces, but when I get there I will just show you that it's going to look a little bit different because the corner chain spaces have half treble, US half double crochet stitches either side, and it's just a little bit less clear to see. So when we get to the first corner I will show you. So I'm just coming up to the first corner, and here is what I want to show you. So because we've got the wrong side facing and the stitches we're crocheting into were made with the right side facing, the tops of the stitches will sit just to the left of the post. If you're right-handed, I'm assuming that's different if you are left-handed. So this next stitch here is quite easy to see. We're just doing our double crochet, US single crochet, but it's quite easy to miss that final stitch of the side, particularly when it's a half treble US half double crochet stitch. Just looks a little bit different and it's easy to miss, but as you can see, there's the post of the stitch, and so there in here is the top of that final stitch of the side. And like I said, it's just easy to miss, and that's why I wanted to show you it. So at this corner we now work 3 double crochet, US single crochet into that corner chain space, 1, 2, 3, and then the first stitch of the next side, again it sits to the left of that half treble, so it's quite a way over, and so again you're not missing anything so long as you make sure you crochet into the final stitch of the side. The first stitch of the next side is there to the left. So yeah, carry on with your double crochet, US single crochet stitches in each stitch around, and then working 3 into those corner chain spaces. And here I am nearly at the end of the round. Here's my final stitch of the last side, then 3 double crochet, US single crochet into that final corner chain space, and then it's a slip stitch into that first double crochet, US single crochet we made. and fasten off and turn the work to the right side. And so we have the right side facing, ready to move on to round 31. And just like on previous rounds, we join yarn F, which is the same colour we used in our second wave, into the central stitch of the 3 double crochet US single crochets we did in any corner. So looking at this corner here, it is these 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, that are the central ones, and there is the central one of those 3. So insert your hook into there and join with yarn F. And we begin by making 3 chain, 1, 2, 3, and that counts as the first treble US double crochet stitch of this round. And looking at the pattern, we now work another treble US double crochet, then 2 chain and another 2 treble US double crochet, all into the same stitch. So that's 1 and that's 2. And what we've done is we have created, just like in previous rounds, our first corner. And so looking at the pattern, we now do 1 treble US double crochet in each of the next 3 stitches. So that's 1, that's 2, and that's 3. And this round is actually a little bit easier because now we are already at the work in the brackets, but this time we're going to be repeating all those stitches 5 times round. In the previous rounds we've only needed to repeat them 4 times. We've obviously increased enough stitches now to get another full repeat in. So at this stage we're already at those brackets, and so all those stitches we repeat around 5 times. So as you can see, it begins with 2 half treble US half double crochet, that's 1, that's 2, and then we're on to our 3 double crochet US single crochet, and so on. All those stitches in those brackets, go through and repeat them 5 times round. And when you've repeated that 5 times across, so we've created 5 waves going across, we do now still have some stitches before we get to the end of the side, and so after those brackets we now have 1 half treble US half double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches, followed by 1 double crochet US single crochet in each of the next 3, 1, 2, 3, 1 half treble US half double crochet in each of the next 2, and now we're on to the 3 before we get to the corner again. So 1 treble US double crochet in each of the next 3 stitches to end the side. 1, 2, and this one here, 3. And so now we're at that central stitch now in the corner of the next corner, and into that central stitch we work 2 treble US double crochet, 1, 2, 2 chain, and then a further 2 treble US double crochet, and that's our next corner created. And so now we're ready to move on to the next side, and we repeat everything we've done here on each of the next 3 sides. And so I'm now at the end of the round, just got my final treble US double crochet stitch to do, and then we slip stitch into the top of that beginning 3 chain to join the round. Like so. We don't fasten off and we turn, ready for round 32, the final round of these wave stitches. And so now with the wrong side facing, we make 1 chain and then work 1 double crochet US single crochet into that very first stitch at the base of that 1 chain. And then this round, round 32, is just like round 30, round 28 and round 26. We're working 1 double crochet US single crochet in each stitch around, and when you get to those corner chain spaces, it's 3 double crochet US single crochet into that corner chain space and go all the way around. And so I have gone all the way around with my double crochet US single crochet stitches, and we're now at the final corner chain space. So in there we do 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and on this round there is just one final stitch to work into, so it's 1 double crochet US single crochet into the final stitch and then slip stitch to the first double crochet and fasten off. And so I've turned the work to the right side, and then here now you can see these lovely rounds of wave stitches that we have completed. If you want any more guidance, there's plenty more step-by-step photos over on my website. But in the meantime, these waves are looking lovely, and I really hope that you found the tutorial helpful. Thank you so much for watching.